from Jane in Portland, Washington on Yelp. I've had back pain for 35 plus years. Like most everyone with back pain, I've tried everything: acupuncture, physical therapy, chiropractic, massage, you name it. But relief remained elusive. Orthopedists wanted to perform surgery, which I'm completely against. I discovered the benefits of the Laser 4 for pain 2 years ago from a friend whose dog had undergone an amazing transformation when its vet used the Laser 4 on its bad hips. On one visit to my friend's home on the East Coast, I saw how she had to push her dog in a stroller because it couldn't walk more than a few steps on its own. A few months later, on my next visit, the dog was running like a pup. I actually called the vet myself and begged for treatments on my back while I was visiting. The vet kindly complied. First 3 visits to the vet for laser, I experienced no change in my back pain. On my 4th visit, voila! I felt marvelous. Since then, I've been searching for doctors, who treat humans, to give me Laser 4 treatments. I've found chiropractors who use the Laser 4, but with them I've run into 2 problems. 1, they attempt other unwanted treatments in addition to the laser. Without exception, I've left chiropractors' offices in more pain than when I arrived. And 2, they don't use the laser for long enough periods or with high enough intensity. When I ask for longer, more intense treatments, they tell me it's against protocol. But my hunch is that they want me to make many additional appointments. And so, until I found Dr. Kraft, my problem has been finding a doctor who has the Laser 4 and who will give me long enough treatments and at high enough intensity to be useful. I found Dr. Kraft on the internet. His site indicates he is all about the laser. He studies the laser, understands it, and dedicates himself to treating pain with the laser. He sells no frills or extras. Dr. Kraft is, to me, Dr. Laser, and that is exactly what I want and need. I flew from Portland to LA to see Dr. Kraft. I scheduled 2 appointments a day for 3 days in a row. If I lived in LA, I would have scheduled appointments spaced further apart, probably 2 appointments a week for 3 weeks. But since I was traveling, time was of the essence, and Dr. Kraft was willing to work with me. Another thing I really like about Dr. Kraft, he doesn't dictate treatments. He works with the patient. I had the expectation that after one intense treatment, I'd feel amazing, and the subsequent treatments I had scheduled would just be icing on the cake. However, I did not feel relief from pain after my first visit, or after the second. By the end of the second day, I was feeling discouraged. I loved the soothing warmth of the laser, but I wasn't getting the deep-down relief I craved. After 3 days of intense laser treatments twice a day with Dr. Kraft, I returned to Portland. I still hadn't found total relief from pain. However, the 3rd day I was home, I awoke feeling like a new woman. I had complete relief from pain, and that relief was beyond exquisite. I sprang from my bed and twirled around, danced an impromptu little dance with my husband, and immediately emailed Dr. Kraft that the laser had done its job, and done it masterfully. I spent my day shopping and running around and enjoying life as I hadn't done in a very long time. I learned on Dr. Kraft's site that chronic pain is tougher to treat than acute pain. That is, a back problem that's been present for 3.5 decades is more of a challenge for the laser than a broken arm that occurred yesterday. So I realized I was a tough nut to crack. I never would have given up on finding relief from pain. To live with pain every single day is to lead a life that's diminished, and I wanted to live life to the fullest and to be my best, strongest self. I am so glad I never gave up trying to find something that would provide relief. The laser is my ally in this journey of life, and Dr. Kraft is the one laser provider who is willing to work with me to get me what I need. Each morning I awaken to a bright new day of freedom from pain. Life is ever so much better. I'm grateful. I'm happy. How often I'll need to get down to Laser MD for a tune-up? I don't know yet. If it's twice a year, it's worth it. Beat surgery and constantly seeking out treatments that haven't a prayer of working. The Laser 4 is a wonderful piece of technology, and in the hands of Dr. Kraft, a major contributor to my quality of life. Jane.